Okay, so apparently I'll do some training. See what this is all about. I'm not the biggest Trekkie in the world, but I do like Star Trek. Just don't really follow the extreme fanhood of it. Might be worth me putting my headphones on. Alright, so these going on. Let's just plug this thing in.
Welcome to the Starfleet Training Simulator. Our system is currently configured to train command crew of Aegis-class starships. Here you may learn about the roles and responsibilities of each officer on the bridge, and how to operate all of the controls of their command stations. Feel free to experiment and get comfortable with the ship here in the simulator before moving on to the real thing. As captain, you are in overall command of the crew. It is your responsibility to communicate with and to coordinate the actions of the other officers on the bridge. You'll receive important updates on mission status and also have direct control of the main view screen. The captain's objectives feed contains vital information about your ship's mission. Updates from support crew and Starfleet Command are reflected here, so that you will always know what your crew needs to accomplish. Open the objectives feed now. Some objectives also have more detailed information. Sometimes you, as captain, must choose between different ways to complete an objective and direct your crew accordingly. In all cases, your crew depends on you to keep them informed of their goals. Select the objective for more information. Sometimes you will receive additional information to help with your mission. Keep an eye out for your intel feed, located near your objective readout for tips and hints. As captain, you can answer a hail when messages from Starfleet or other ships are received. If the message is accompanied by video, it will be displayed on the main view screen. Answer the incoming hail now.
Aegis, this is Captain Uku of USS Huxley. Our system checks are complete, we're ready to go. We'll stand by and follow you out when you're ready.
At any time while on the bridge, you can use an external view to see what is going on outside and around the ship. Hold the external view button now. As Helmsman, you are the ship's navigator, responsible for maneuvering the ship and navigating within and between star systems. Your crew depends on you to get the ship wherever needed, to avoid collisions with hazards in space, and to maneuver for tactical advantage in combat situations. Your local map can be used to mark ships and objects as waypoints, to check your proximity to hazards, and gauge when you are close to being detected by hostiles. Touch any target on the map to select it. Your basic maneuvering controls allow you to give the ship forward or reverse thrust, to steer the ship to port or starboard, and to move the ship up or down on its vertical axis. The amount of thrust you can give depends on the amount of power your chief engineer allocates to engines. The more power your engines have, the more responsive the ship will be. Maneuvering controls are only available when your local map view is active. The throttle controls your speed and also allows you to reverse or make a full stop. Your ship's impulse drive allows you to travel quickly between planets and other points of interest within a star system. To travel via impulse, you will first need to plot a course by choosing a destination on the impulse map. Once the course is plotted, you will then need to align your ship with the appropriate heading and engage the impulse drive. Be aware, the impulse drive cannot be engaged unless the chief engineer has allocated sufficient power. Switch to your impulse map. Select any point of interest in the star system to plot a course to that destination. Now return to the local view and steer the ship to line up with your plotted course. Grab and push your throttle to engage the impulse drive. The ship's computer will automatically follow the course you plotted. As chief engineer, you support all other members of the bridge crew by keeping the Aegis operating in top condition. You monitor vital status information about the ship's systems, allocate power needed for maneuvering and combat, and manage the ship's power grid to compensate for damage or boost its capabilities. You also manage the ship's repair teams and keep an eye on how visible the Aegis is to other ships in the area. Your system's display gives vital information about the status of the ship's various systems at all times. When your ship is suffering from negative effects, this panel provides information about the source and severity of the effect. As chief engineer, you have more detail about your ship's status than any other member of the crew. Activate your system's display now. Your system's display gives vital information about the status of the ship's various systems at all times. When your ship is suffering from negative effects, this panel provides information about the source and severity of the effect. As chief engineer, you have more detail about your ship's status than any other member of the crew. Activate your system's display now. How you allocate power determines how effective each of those systems is. As situations change, you'll need to communicate with the rest of the crew to keep them supplied with power and to anticipate when to make critical adjustments. One of your most essential responsibilities as Chief Engineer is to distribute available power between each of the ship's major systems. Try giving maximum power to engines now. Now try giving maximum power to shields. You will have to reduce power to other systems first. Before the ship can travel between star systems, you must make the ship ready and charge its warp coils. This draws a tremendous amount of power, and you will be unable to make any further changes to power allocation or routing while prepping for warp. Begin preparing for warp now. Charge the warp coils. The helmsman will have a limited time to engage the warp drive, or the coils will automatically discharge to prevent damage to the ship.
Warp coils charged. Warp coil discharge imminent.
As the tactical officer, you are in charge of the ship's weapons, defenses, and scanners. In combat situations, you must coordinate with the rest of the bridge crew to protect the ship and deal with any threats to it. But you also have a crucial role in non-combat situations. It is the tactical officer's responsibility to scan nearby ships and other objects in the environment to reveal vital information about them. In order to scan anything or to fire on it, you must first target it. To select a target, simply select the appropriate icon on your map. Once you've selected a target, a display will show all currently known information about your selection. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. You will often need to scan a target to learn more about it, or to locate people or objects of interest in another vessel. Some objects are scanned with a simple, general scanning action. This happens automatically when the object is targeted. More complex objects, like other ships, can be scanned for specific properties, such as the locations of any weak points in a ship's system.
selected.
When an object has
No
many
valid
features
target.
to scan, scanning them all at once is much slower than scanning a single specific system. Scanning is required before it's possible to transport people or cargo off of another vessel, or before being able to target weak spots of an enemy's ship systems. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. Here you can select what systems you want to scan. Scanning a single system will always be faster than scanning multiple at once. Also, the closer the ship is to the target, the faster you can scan. Scan the ship's engines now to reveal their status, and any weak points which would allow you to damage the engines directly. As tactical officer, you have control over raising and lowering the ship's shields. When raised, the shields will charge up to maximum strength over time. They are your best defense against damage to the ship. When shields are lowered, or down to 0 strength, any damage to the ship may cause serious harm to onboard systems, or even loss of life to your crew. When shields are raised, the chief engineer can direct power to them to increase their effectiveness. Raise the shields now. There is a delay while power is channeled into the shield emitters before the shields come online. In a combat situation, remember that you need to raise shields before the enemy fires.
Captain's log, stardate 225-8.161. My crew is assembled, and we're preparing to disembark on our expedition to the trench. Before we depart, however, Starfleet Command has asked us to complete one final exercise to confirm the Aegis's fitness for the mission ahead, and undoubtedly to test the readiness of her captain and crew.
Captain, we have a message incoming from Deep Space K7. Opening channel.
Aegis, we have a freighter coming into dock, and we've had a little trouble lately with smugglers trafficking invasive species. On your way out, I think it'd be best for everyone if you could just verify the ship isn't carrying any wildlife.
Roger that. Raising shields.
All systems on my board are green.
Shuttlecraft safety inspections are complete.
We might have an issue with launch sequencing. Can you investigate that?
I'll get to it shortly.
Captain's log, stardate 225-8.161. My crew is assembled, and we're preparing to disembark on our expedition to the trench. Before we depart, however, Starfleet Command has asked us to complete one final exercise to confirm the Aegis's fitness for the mission ahead, and undoubtedly to test the readiness of her captain and crew.
Captain, we have a message incoming from Deep Space K7. Opening channel.
Aegis, we have a freighter coming into dock, and we've had a little trouble lately with smugglers trafficking invasive species. On your way out, I think it'd be best for everyone if you could just verify the ship isn't carrying any wildlife.
Do you mind checking my numbers on the phaser over?
I'll look into that.
You got it. Shields raised.
Aye, aye. Setting quarter speed.
Yes,
Staying with
Captain.
them.
Locking on target.
Aye, Captain. Following.
Scanning target.
Aye, full speed ahead. Aye, aye, Captain. Full stop.
I am not detecting any unusual life forms aboard the freighter, Captain.
I'll let K7 know the ship's clean.
I modified the output algorithms a little. Mind taking a look?
Say, let me take a look at that.
Aye, aye.
Aye, aye. Shields lowered.
Aye, aye.
Initializing warp protocols.
coils
Diverting
charging.
power.
Warp course laid in. Lining up for warp vector. We're on vector for warp.
Warp
Course
coils
laid in,
charged.
Captain.
Charged. Warp coil discharge
Captain,
imminent.
the warp coils are about to discharge.
Aye. Aye, understood.
I'm picking up a
Full
distress
stop.
signal, Captain. Channel open.
USS Aegis. My vessel has lost all power and our life support systems are nearly exhausted. We have a crew of 6. I request that you take us aboard your ship as soon as possible.
We're showing stress factors on the dilithium crystal array. Can you check it out?
I'll take a look, but you owe me one.
Understood.
Aye, Captain. Shields up.
Aye, aye, Captain. Maximum throttle.
Yes, Captain. Equalizing power. Affirmative. Full power to engines.
Confirming duty roster for EVA maintenance at 1200 hours.
Aye, aye. Throttle to 0. Aye, aye, Captain. Following the target.
Aye, aye. Changing target. Scanning.
Aye. Bringing her to full stop.
Captain, we have life signs.
Aye, Captain. Balancing power allocation.
Following.
Understood. Lowering shields.
Acquiring transporter lock. Energizing.
The vessel is empty, and all crew members are accounted for.
We have a priority message incoming from Starfleet Command. Opening channel.
Captain, we've lost contact with one of our survey vessels, the USS Nicholson. You're the closest ship to their last known position. We need you to locate the vessel and render any aid they may need. We're sending their last coordinates to you now. Starfleet out.
Calculating travel vector.
Aye, aye. Setting throttle to full.
There is a tiny leak in one of the EPS conduits. Any idea where?
I'll have a look-see.
Aye, on your mark,
Allocating
Captain.
engine power for impulse.
Making ready for impulse. Aye, aye, Captain. Full speed ahead.
Aye, raising shields.
Aye, Captain. Staying with them. Aye, understood. Throttle to 0.
Plotting course.
Recalibrating sensor array to do a wideband sweep.
Aye, aye, Captain. Maximum throttle.
Aye, aye, Captain. Dropping shields.
Aye, aye. Following the target. Aye, understood. 1/2 throttle. Aye, aye. Following. Aye.
Diverting power for impulse.
Laying course for impulse.
Indicate a minor subspace distortion effect.
Course plotted. On your mark. Aye, Captain.
Captain, I'm detecting gravitic mines in the area. If we get too close, they'll be attracted to our hull, and the damage could be severe. We should keep our distance.
Aye, aye, Captain. Full stop.
The environment is inhibiting the effectiveness of our sensors, Captain. We are, however, detecting pockets of plasma coolant. They may provide clues as to the Nicholson's whereabouts.
Aye, throttle to 0.
Long-range sensors indicate a few chondritic bodies.
Aye, aye, Captain. Setting throttle to full.
Aye, Captain. Locking new target. Scan initiated.
Transferring data to your panel, Captain.
Arriving at our destination.
Containment is within tolerances.
Sensors are detecting a distress beacon, but it is not a Federation frequency. It looks like a civilian vessel needs assistance as well.
I'm picking up a signal on emergency frequencies. On screen.
Aegis, according to my engineer, our engines are locked in some sort of malfunction cycle. If we could temporarily override them, I think we can fix the problem.
Aye, Captain. Aye, aye. 1/4 throttle. Aye, understood.
Aye.
Aye, aye. Updating target. Initiating scan.
I am sending new data to your panel, Captain.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Readings indicate a minor subspace distortion effect.
Warning.
Entering
Environmental
anomaly.
hazard detected.
Aye, aye. Bring her to full stop.
Aye, Captain.
The AEC caliber.
I can check that out.
Right, I think we're back. What was I doing? Travel to Beltine's position, what's that then? Plasma coolant, Beltine. How do I travel there? Tell you to analyze time.
Target selected.
Aye, following the target.
Scanning.
Aye, full stop. Aye, following.
I've finished the scan.
Aye, Captain. Throttle to 1/4.
Affirmative. Maximizing power to engines.
You got it. Starting destruction attempt. Targeting. We're disrupting.
We should be able to take it from here. Thanks for your help. You probably just saved all our lives.
Aye. Staying with them. Understood. Exiting the anomaly.
Warning.
Moving into the anomaly.
Detected.
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain. New target locked. Scanning target. Roger that. Updating target. Full scan complete.
I believe our lost ship is showing on sensors now.
This is the USS Nicholson. Our vessel is severely damaged and leaking radiation. Most of my crew escaped, but a few of us are trapped in the forward compartment. I need you to transport us off the ship. And then, well, she's too dangerous. We can't retrieve her from yet. You'll have to scuttle her.
Aye, following the target. Exiting anomaly.
Aye, Captain. New target locked. Scan initiated. Scan complete. We've got light.
Aye, Captain. Full stop. Staying with them.
Establishing lock.
Aye, understood. Bring her to full stop.
Energizing.
Captain, I have an update from Star Command. They're sending us new coordinates. Understood. Lowering shields.
Right. That's been a decent little test. I can see which way it's going. Yep, seems good enough. But I don't know what I'm doing with that. Section 10. Oh, that's what you gotta do.
Powering engines for impulse.
Plotting impulse course. We're ready to go. Aye, Captain.
Engines fully restored. Captain, all systems are restored.
channel. Putting it on screen.
Aye, Captain. Throttle 0.
We've lost all penetrating life support systems in half an hour. Our position is
Captain, that places them in the Klingon neutral zone. Entering the zone will put us in violation of treaty.
Aye. Following the target.
We're approaching the Klingon neutral zone, Captain.
Aye. Bring her to full stop.
Aye. Torpedoes arming.
Aye. Follow it. Aye, Captain. Full stop.
Yes, Captain. Locking new target. Scanning. Changing target. Firing. Shield up.
Staying with
targeting. Initiating scan. Scan complete. Life signs detected.
Follow it.
Aye, Captain. Shield Kobayashi is at 50% full. Aye. Shield break. Engaging target.
Aye, Captain. Balancing power.
Enemy is decloaking. Kobayashi 25% full style. I stay station. 10%. Firing. Kobayashi is just destroyed.
Congratulations, Captain. You and your crew have just completed the Kobayashi Maru simulation. I know it's not easy to face a no-win situation like that, but it's a necessary test, both for Starfleet and for yourselves. I think we all have a better idea now of the decisions you'll make when there's no obvious right answer. Based on your overall performance, I'm not only clearing the Aegis for Operation Distant Shore, I'm recommending that you lead the expedition into the trench.
And that's why it's so crunchy.
Any good.
Oh, apologies. It's okay. I'm not in trouble for it because it's only a bit of sodding paper.